This is a Caterpillar D5K Series 2 dozer. It's made by Norscot and it's in 1/50th scale. Now this is a pretty nice dozer. It's probably one of the nicest six-way crawlers that are out there, yeah, especially this size. And it's probably one of the nicer models from Norscot, to be honest. This was made pretty close to the end of Norscot's time making diecast for Caterpillar. And they really did a pretty good job with the model. It's definitely got quite a few improvements over the D5G, and I don't think there was a whole lot of time between the D5G and the D5K, to be honest. Right off the bat, you can see it's got metal tracks, and the metal tracks look pretty good. The chains maybe a little bit thick, but they're really not terrible. And this is supposed to be an LGP dozer, and I don't think these are LGP tracks. I'm not sure, but they don't quite look wide enough to me. Maybe it's a perspective thing. I don't know. I know sometimes when you scale down the models, occasionally they won't look right. Like the proportions will be off, and the manufacturers will kind of fudge the numbers a little bit to make the model look right. So maybe that's what happened with the tracks. I don't know. I guess I could always measure and find out for sure, but they don't look like LGP to me. As far as the blade goes, the blade's not terrible. It leaves a lot of room for improvement. That's about as high as it goes. And it'll come down just far enough to touch the ground. The angle is not very good. That's about all you get. The one thing that is nice though is it is a true six-way blade. You got the cylinder on the top there. You have just enough play in the dog bone, and then on your bottom connection here, there's just enough that it is a six-way blade. You got the tilt there, which is cool. As far as the ripper goes, I thought it was the same ripper that was on the D5G, but when you look at it a little bit closer, it's not quite the same. The ripper shanks are a little bit different, and it's not quite as wide as it is on the other one. And you have just enough stiffness in the cylinder that it'll hold pretty much any position. When you look inside the cab, it's got some pretty fair cab detail. You see the handles there for the joysticks. You got the wipers and you got the radio antenna, which is cool. The paint is pretty good. The lights are nice. The reflectors are nice. You got your fuel fill there. I think one's fuel and the other is a hydraulic oil. The body panels look good. The decaling is pretty nice and crisp. Overall, this is really a very nice crawler for being a smaller crawler. And like I said, it's right there at the end of Norscot's time with Caterpillar. And I kind of wish that Norscot had done this quality of work with all the rest of their models. And to be honest, I think if they had done that, the value of the Caterpillar, or not the Caterpillar, the Norscot models probably wouldn't be in the basement like it is today. I don't think there's anything that Norscot made that's worth now what it was 5 years ago. Pretty much anything you get from Norscot is nowhere near what you paid for it. And that's a little bit disappointing. I mean, not that anybody should be, in this for investment purposes, but it's always disappointing. Like the 994Fs, those were $100. Anywhere you got it from, it was $100. And now you can get those 994Fs for $50. You can find them for $50, maybe $45. And when you think back to the NZG 994s, the 994 and the 994D, that's pretty disappointing because those were so expensive. I mean, those were, if I remember correctly, I think those, I don't remember what they were originally new, but for a pretty long time there, if you wanted one, they were $200. Pretty consistent for whichever version you were looking for. Anyway, I'm just kind of rambling now. Coming back, overall, it's a very good model. It is well worth the money to buy one today. I think it was worth the money when it was new. I want to say it was $30 when it was new, maybe $40, $45. Don't quite remember. But either way, it's a very nice model. It's certainly recommended. Anyway, that's about all I got. If you have any questions or comments, feel free to ask. If you'd like to see more of what we have, please subscribe to Maryland Construction Diecast. And as always, thanks for watching.